Well, good morning everyone. Welcome to day 20 of the Forks Over Knives challenge. So let's see, today we have a bunch of leftovers in the refrigerator that need to be eaten. So I am making a breakfast recipe for you guys. And then I am it's just gonna be a super short and easy video today. I'm gonna show you a breakfast recipe that you may or may not want to try. This is not a quick recipe in terms of, it's not really super quick to make, but it's very super quick for me to tell you about it. So there on online, I looked up best forks over knives breakfast recipes, and there's a bunch. I mean, there's quite a few, and I actually had a little bit of a hard time trying to decide. I was thinking that the banana chocolate chip muffin, I don't know if they're banana, chocolate chip pancakes looked really good. Lots of oats, flax seeds, that kind of thing. And then there's a just banana muffins recipe that looked really super good too. But I decided on something that I have never made before. I've never made polenta in like my entire life. I'm not from the South. I live in the South now, technically. But growing up, any of the cooking that we had, there was never Southern cooking going on in our house. And I definitely consider polenta to be more of a Southern delicacy. But anyway, I thought I would give it a shot, try my hand at this. It's real basic. Like, it's called a basic polenta recipe, and yeah, it's pretty darn basic. So basically, I did half of a recipe, but you would take, so for me, I did 3/4 of a cup of coarse cornmeal and 2.5 cups of water. So I got the 2.5 cups of water boiling, and you sprinkle in the cornmeal, and you whisk it until it's all nice and mixed in. Okay, easy enough. The recipe says that you want to stir it about there were several different recipes that I looked at just to make sure that the timing was correct. But anyway, you want to stir it pretty frequently, and you cook it for about 30 minutes till it's thick and creamy. It says that specifically, till it's thick and creamy, 30 minutes. And I was like, dude, this is thick and creamy after like 4 minutes. What's going on here? Like, seriously, it was thick and creamy in like 4 minutes. I figured that couldn't possibly be right. So anyways, I continued to cook it because I went and read a couple of other recipes, and they said that you have to wait until the cornmeal is not crunchy anymore, which, that makes sense. So I tried it several times during that process and finally got to the point where the cornmeal was like the perfect consistency. So here's the bowl of polenta that I made, and the recipe for this breakfast that I'm making says to keep this warm. So otherwise you would take this and you would put it into some kind of a shaped container that you would want. And like I said, I did half of a recipe. And then let it cool in the refrigerator, and then you can cut it. But anyway, so this is the basic bottom part of the meal. And the recipe is polenta with pears and cranberries. I think that's all it's called. Let me look. Polenta with pears and cranberries. So we don't have any pears, which is really weird. So I chopped up an Asian pear. We always have pears. It's very strange. And I've got fresh cranberries. It does say that you can use dried cranberries if you want to, if that's what you happen to have in stock. That's great. I always have cranberries in the freezer because I buy several bags of them in the fall and then just leave them in the freezer and use them over the course of the year. This is the last of my cranberries. It's perfect timing because now I need to buy some more. So you take those two fruit and you put them in a little pot, and put 1/4 cup of brown rice syrup on there. I don't have any brown rice syrup. I still haven't bought any brown rice syrup, so I'm just going to use maple syrup. I think it's going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. And then you put a teaspoon of cinnamon in there. So you cook that actually for like 10 minutes, I think it says. Yeah, cook it until the pears are tender, about 10 minutes. I don't think that the pears are going to take very long because these are very soft. Asian pears tend to be very soft. Yeah, it's a very soft pear. But anyway, so what you do is you make this, put it on top of your polenta, and you eat. I'm very excited about this. Let me look at this put together, get this cooked, and then I will show you what it looks like, and we'll try it. I think it's gonna be good. Tried the polenta, like I said, several times while it was cooking to see if it was going to be, when it was done, being crunchy. And yeah, I mean, tastes like corn. It's very good. All right, I'll be back soon. Alrighty guys, so here we go. Polenta with pears and cranberries. So this actually turned out really well. I did let the pears and cranberries cook for probably a good 10 minutes because I really wanted the cranberries to become jelly-ish. This looks really, really, really fantastic. I am going to try a bite and see what it tastes like. I should probably get my husband over here to try it too, so I have another opinion besides my own, but it smells really good. He actually commented while I was cooking that, oh my gosh, that smells so good. Ooh, that is very good. Hey, you. Give that a shot. I really like the cranberries. They're very, very sweet tart. The maple syrup totally cuts the tartness of the cranberries, but it's very good. And the polenta tastes wonderful with it. It's very creamy. I like that a lot. You like it too, yeah? Yep.
It's good, yeah.
So we're going to split breakfast. This is a big bowl of food. We're gonna split it all and have some breakfast. And then I'm going to convince my husband that instead of doing some exercise on a video or on the TV, we're gonna go for a walk. I just feel like it. It's like 60 something degrees out. It's gonna be pretty out. I'm gonna get out of the house and go for a walk. I think that's gonna be wonderful. And like I said, other food today is gonna be either potatoes or some of the leftover pesto bake. We actually even have part of an acorn squash left. So there's lots of food in the refrigerator, so I have no need to cook anymore today. But I wanted to make something delicious for breakfast, and this definitely qualifies. So, alrighty guys, we'll see you again tomorrow.